Thank you.
Did a fabulous rendition of the national anthems.
Talaga, national. Please have a seat, Your Excellency. Yung national anthem yung yung play nila.
Yes.
Uy,
Yes.
oh, that's it.
And then the MPPD picked them up also from the postcard.
Oh, kasi it's
Because of the...
kind of chaotic in the surrounding city. So how are you, Your Excellency?
Oh, very good. It's a great honor to meet you.
Oh, we're honored to visit you visiting us here, and you know, it's just that nowadays it's quite again challenging going in and out of City Hall because hurrying it up and wrapping it up, the construction of our drainage system, so that by June it's going to be rainy season. We can test what we built for so many months now, if it is serving its purpose.
Yes.
Because last year was terrible. Flooding in City Hall, can you imagine? In the City of Power. Just imagine QBB. I think QBB is, used to be the House of Parliament, if I'm not mistaken. Put anong tawag dito? Waste deep water.
Wow. It's a bit uptight.
Yeah, that's why I think before we go further out of the city, we have to fix our own backyard
Sure.
or surrounding areas. So, how long you been in the country?
Oh, about 9 months. So I'm still meeting people, and I'm delighted to meet you. So getting around, sort of learning about the key institutions and key people and the issues in the country. So I know you're a very busy person, so I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to see you today.
No. And hopefully you can come and visit also our educational institution. In Australia, one of the great features nila for tourism is education. They have good education system.
Yes, maybe studies there actually.
Ah, really?
Question there.
Oh, see? I didn't know that, but by word of mouth, a lot of Filipinos are going to Australia to study.
That's right. I think they're about the 5th biggest group of foreign students now in Australia. About 25,000 people in the Philippines are currently studying in Australia. So,
Wow.
My eldest wants to study there actually for cybersecurity. We're eyeing that for a few years.
okay, well, it's a good place to go. Ironically, I was just coming from the Coast Guard because we have a new program with the Coast Guard helping with their cybersecurity. So that's what I was there talking about. Yeah. Very topical. Yeah.
Well, you can visit PLM and UDM one of these days. Invite the ambassador to one of the events. Because Manila is a host of we own and operate 2 tertiary free education. Local government run UDM and PLM. PLM is quite different with UDM. It's created by Congress, but locally supported by the city. UDM is created by the council and fully funded by the city. This is the North Star of local government free tertiary education. Because we have in the national government, we have UP, PUP, and so on and so forth. That's the national government school. But this is the first. Our former mayor, Mayor Lacson and Mayor Villegas built this and became a North Star to other local government unit, which you call Pamantasan Lungsod ng Maynila. It's a very good school. We're building a new space for them. It's ongoing. The College of Medicine. We're building a new space so that we can accommodate more doctors and nurses, or what you call nation building approach of the local government to the national goal. So how's the weather pagka this time? How's the weather in Australia around
it's
this
fall. It's coming into winter.
reverse, but it's literally reverse.
Yeah, it's the opposite. So,
Mm.
so yeah, the leaves are falling off the tree, at least in Canberra.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it's getting cooler. It's been a hot summer in Australia, so yeah, it's a bit different. But more broadly, our relationship, Australia-Philippines relations, I think, is at a high point. We see you as an increasingly important partner.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot in the development space and helping with various programs on economic reform, on climate,
And security.
security, environment. So that's going along where our defence relationship is very strong. We currently have about 400 personnel here for exercise Balakatan right at the moment.
It's happening now.
Yeah,
It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's ongoing and finishes in about a week's time. But yeah, we've been here. And actually last year we had 200 separate cooperative bilateral defence activities with the Philippines. So it shows you the extent of what we're doing. We're doing a lot more in civil maritime, hence my visit to the Coast Guard. We're working very closely with them. And trade and investment is a priority as well. We want to increase the amount of trade and investment between Australia and the Philippines. And the embassy is working very hard, including to encourage more Australian investment here. So that's something we do a lot of work on.
Yeah, they're welcome in Manila.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
there are actually quite a few Australian businesses already here. Nationwide, it's about 250 Australian businesses employ about 45,000 people. So we've got some of our major companies here as well, in telecoms and construction, investment. So yeah, there's a bit going on.
Oh, you just tell them if they wanna do business and invest in the city, they're always welcome here. You just just push the button anytime with the wish them to have business in the city, because Manila is really it has good numbers.
Sure, absolutely.
Population wise, I think we have a better turnaround. If I may put that in right perspective. We're about 2 million nighttime, about 3 million daytime population. The ports is here. Ease of doing business being implemented by the city government. Our policies we are liberalizing some rules to make it for the business to open, because our goal is to really focus on MBN, minimum basic needs, housing, education, healthcare, and jobs. And for me to provide the fourth one is for the business to start and to create more opportunity for business. If they are successful, it will need a lot of logistical, it needs a lot of people to operate the business.
Sure.
And Manila is also the host of the largest educational institution in the country. Name it except for Ateneo. Everything is here in Manila. So we're producing more professionals, and we are active and aggressively participating in providing skill training for other individuals on top of the regular schooling. So it's really something that the uniqueness of the city. While we're old, we try to make it more pleasant. Maliwalas is pleasant. Pleasant, and we are certain about our rules. To business, to the peace and order, both, always certain. With peace and order, we make them pay, we apprehend them and send them to court. Let the natural course of law be applied to them we enforce things. We try to prevent. If we fail in preventing, we make sure. In a matter of few hours, a day or two, and I don't mind going after them in months and years, as long as they end up being sent to the court, so that we are certain about our aspiration to have. Ano ba yung panatag sa English?
Secure?
Ha?
Secure?
O parang something to that effect. Panatag. May kapanatagan.
There's
Kasi
security.
security. Sense, a
Sense of
certain level.
security.
Sense of security. Yeah, and since I took over, our business grew by double digit in terms of numbers and volumes. Our efficiency rate in collecting properly rose to 9%, and this year 24%. So things are being put into order again.
Okay.
Because when I left, chaos, garbage is everywhere, petty crimes is everywhere. I resolved that already during my first time. But I left. So when I came back, put the same process back to zero, but we're going there. And we're getting a lot of traction from the community.
Okay.
And SM is about to open 2027.
Okay.
They stalled for the last 3 years, but for the last 8 months, fast track everything, and they're going to open by this 2027. It's still about 3,000 jobs. One business alone. Yes. Plus the tax base, of course. That's what you call the principle of delayed gratification. At the end of the day, there are only certain things in this world, death and taxes.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But for the meantime, we step back, we let them come in, do business, strive, provide opportunity for our people. On December 31, we do this as government without making any effort. No. That's why we try to make sure the expenses or the way we spend our money is focused on social perennial problem, which is in this case, from what I believe, to address the quality of life we're living in the city by addressing the minimum basic needs. Roof, they get sick, there's proper hospital for them, kids go to school, parents go to jobs, and that's it. Other than that, your job already. So, Parliament.
Okay, very impressive. I should have mentioned one of the other new programs we're going to be taking forward is in education, and been working very closely with TESDA and the Department of Education. So we're going to be focusing at the senior high school level and try and do uplifts so that it's equipping kids in that level with the skills to get a job more readily, in the fundamental foundation skills that will enable them to be employed readily. So that program will be starting quite soon, but some of the high schools that will be targeted are actually in your area, right? So, hopefully.
Masipag si ano eh. He's very good. Si Secretary Angara. Very active. Like his father. His father also visionary person or individual who always believes in education. Senator Edgardo Angara. He's following the footsteps of his father.
And they're also working with TESDA, I heard.
Wow.
With Kiko.
Oh, talaga? Oh, that's nice. You know, we have a center in Marikina. We care daily as a matter of facility for those unloved, and some young ones who are conflict with laws. Recently, we just launched a program to give them skills training while inside the facility. And now we partnered with Tesla. And
That's good.
yep, in Marikina, what they call Boys Town. Even our seniors under our facilities, they get to, those physically able seniors are still doing some skill work, and maybe later on they can, make a few bucks and make a living out of it through the skills acquisition. Tesla yung partner natin doon sa Marikina. Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I guess one of the other big challenges for everyone across the world is the fuel price crisis. It's impacting on Australia quite heavily.
How is it?
Yeah, because we are quite reliant on imported
Still?
petrol and diesel. We have natural gas, but we don't have oil.
The oil for the machinery.
Yeah, so we have a very large agricultural sector. It relies heavily on diesel fuel. So anyway, we've got similar challenges to the Philippines. But I was going to ask you, how is the crisis impacting in the city, and how are you managing?
Well, it affects us economically, especially the businesses, because the uncertainty of the gas price, you don't know when it's going to stop, how much, because it affects their margin and the cost of acquisition.
Yeah, that's right.
That can be passed on to the consumer. But in our case, what we did initially, we released early on to stimulate the economy certain shares for 896 barangays, local share. It was supposed to be given by June. I gave it by March, just to create what you call the velocity of money. Then we came up with the national government came up with an idea of providing 5,000 pesos for our drivers, but it created also another problem, a solution to a problem that creates another problem. No vehicles or public utility vehicles went out of the street, and people need to go to work. So what we did as a city is we hired the drivers.
So when they got the 5,000 pesos, it did stop working. Is that what happened?
I cannot blame the drivers.
Sure.
If you have 5,000 pesos today, and why would you risk paying a gas very expensively, and at the end of the day, you won't get anything out of it?
Yeah. I
What a
understand
waste.
what you're saying.
So that's why they hold on to it and rested for like 2-3 days.
Yeah, sure.
And the workers suffered. And we saw pictures of being stranded. So I came up with an idea on a different approach, cheaper but better. A guaranteed of payment for the boundary, they call it boundary, the owner of the jeep, the driver, income for the driver, daily, guaranteed, with or without passenger, which is highly unlikely without passenger. There is passenger. And a gasoline allowance. We ran it
A week.
5 days, no? 1 week. We've served 931,000 passengers, ride in public, for free, the whole day. Hired 1,150 plus jeepneys in Manila. I think it became a new playbook in the national government perspective. This is the best way to do it. I give you some, you do me some. It's both, everyone wins, especially the consumer.
And do you think that's economically viable, from a budget perspective?
It's not sustainable. It will never be sustainable. You cannot be a socialist all your life. Cannot. It's what you call the cushioning
Yeah.
the socio-economic impact to the lives of your people within your level. I think the national government has more or able with their resources can address such calamity. But as like local government, we try to participate in the national goal. As long as our people is happy here, they feel that there is government, and they go to work, do their things in their respective field of undertakings, and no mugging because of the economic situation. I'm happy.
Sure.
No, ano ang tawag yan? Settled. And the president released something for the rise, or what you call social relief. He provided rice for our working class. And by, in a matter of few days, we're going to release about 1,000 individuals that we're going to extend financial assistance for their small businesses in the city. And before that, about 2 weeks ago, we provided rent assistance to bakeries, or what you call bake shop, to make the price of ano ba yung pandesal sa
Bread.
I know,
Bread.
no, it's okay, we know it is. Type of revenue.
yeah, what you call Filipino bread,
Yeah,
stable for the next 30 days.
okay.
No price increase. I give them 1 month free of rent, financial. So you may have 15,000, you may have 30,000 rent in your store, but I gave 25,000 on an agreement that this community bake shop should not
Lift their prices. Yeah.
it stabilize things.
Okay.
A lot of small activities from the government, and now I think we're okay. We're surviving. And the national government now is, I think, it's on track in addressing the oil crisis. But these are the things that I always tell the people, we are not in control. Like you, Australia.
We're not in control.
No matter how powerful and developed Australia is, if your base of your oil needs is through import, everyone will get that.
I think most countries in the world have been impacted.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, so
Unfortunate.
we hope that the conflict can be resolved very soon, as soon as possible.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things. Hopefully it's true, but I'm optimistic about these things.
Sure.
This must stop.
Yeah.
It must. I think naturally it has to. That somewhere, one way or another, it has to stop.
Sure. Absolutely.
So anyway, I don't want to take much of your time. I'm grateful on behalf of the people of Manila. Thank you very much visiting us here. We're very
Pleasure.
honored.
Pleasure.
I'm really humbled that you found time to visit us.
Oh no, it's a great pleasure. Mine too. Also, at some point, draw on your expertise to get your insights on the domestic political scene. With your deep experience.
No, we're still has this what you call parochial mindset. But at the same manner, we try to align, in sync our actions, some actions towards the national goal. In that way, we can help the country. If everyone's doing the same thing, somewhere we'll be there. If we are in unison. But on a daily thing, very parochial. The day-to-day activities of the city government. So, anyway, meron yung regalo natin sa kanya. I have something for you, Your Excellency.
Sure, I've got something for you too.
No, but this is quite unique.
Sorry.
This is what we call the key to the CP.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now you can open CQ anytime that you
Okay.
request it.
Well, look at that.
Halika, Vice Mayor. And another one, I think you can use this in your office. Oh, this is a lamp,
Wow.
but with rattan.
Yes.
Wait,
Thank
tulungan
you.
niyo si Amba. Halika. Let me may sak naman
Mr.
sila.
Mayor, I've got a, not maybe not quite as one as this, but
No,
an Australian produce.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Halika.
Yeah.
Alaman.
Jacket boy tayo. Sarap yan.